So you've got PBL tomorrow and you've got no idea what to expect. Stay tuned and I'm going to tell you exactly what to expect from PBL tomorrow. Hey guys, I'm Hafsa. I'm a third year medical student. Welcome to my channel, Confessions of a Doctorholic. If you want to hear all about my medical experiences and find ways of getting ahead of the game, subscribe right now and hit the thumbs up button. So, PBL, problem-based learning. It's a technique that medical schools do that helps medical students deal with complex real-life situations. So basically, have a look over here. This is actually a meeting room, but we usually sit on a long table like that, and it's about 3 hours long. So we open up a case and we start discussing it as a group. Then we get a little break and then we continue the case again. So this is what I'm gonna do right now. We are gonna do our first PBL ever. So guys, welcome to your first PBL class. So I'm gonna put up my very first PBL case that I've done in medical school, and I'm gonna show you how it goes. I'm not gonna spoil the case for you, so I'm not gonna say too much about it. So here we go, case number 1. Usually we have it in PBL projected on a screen, but I've got it on my laptop, so I've got it on the side. So case number 1, Kai Jackson. So basically you've got one student that's a scribe, so that's what I'm gonna do at the moment, while everyone else discusses the case, okay? So as you can see over here, Kai Jackson is a 19-year-old guy. So the scribe would just have to write it down. So patient, presentation. So we've got Kai Jackson, male, 19-year-old. And basically we continue from there. So we start discussing the case. What did he present with? Sometimes in some cases you get social history. So was the guy smoking? Was the guy an alcoholic? Sometimes you get some more about their family history. Did someone else in the family have the same condition? And you basically keep going. So over here it says, it's late, dark and pouring with rain. Kai Jackson, age 19, is driving home in the company van on the motorway. He feels unwell and is having trouble staying alert. He stops at a servo and walks around for a few minutes to stay alert. Now that he is a few miles from the motorway junction near his home, he decides to not to make any more stops and pushes on. At the junction for his turnoff, he loses consciousness at the wheel, veers into a hard shoulder and crashes into the bank at the side of the road. So first of all, what's the key information over here? So we've got Kai Jackson, male, 19-year-old, and also that he lost consciousness in the car after driving. So I'm just gonna say loss of consciousness. And then you start hypothesizing. What's going on? What condition does he have? I'm not gonna spoil that for you, but that's what basically happens. So you've read this case and then you go like, okay, I don't know what loss of consciousness means, and I don't know what causes a loss of consciousness. So you would write something called a LOB, so a learning objective. So you would have LOB, explain loss of consciousness, for example. So whatever you have as a LOB, you have to present the next time you're back. This is what basically happens, and then you get a lunch break, okay? So pro tip number 1, do not forget snacks. The worst thing you can do for any medical student is forget the snacks. Like literally, everyone ends up so hangry, and yes, it is a thing. And I'm personally hungry all the time. I literally have to snack on almonds all the time to curb my hunger. So you don't want to forget the snacks. While I was in first and second year of medical school, PBL was on Monday and Thursday in first year of medical school. And in my second year, it was on Monday and Friday. So today's Monday, sort out the case, we've got the LOB list going on. Pro tip number 2, as soon as you're done with PBL, you check your schedule. Do you have lectures to go to? You go to your lectures. As soon as you're back, sort this out. So this is like a double whammy tip. So this helps you stay organized. You know what to expect in the week. You know what you don't know. And also when you go to lectures, you know what questions to ask the lecturers. You know when you need to start focusing. Okay, so it's Thursday morning. You've answered the LOBs. You've got everything ready. What I like doing, because I'm a morning person, is to review all the LOBs first thing in the morning before PBL. PBL starts at 9 a.m. So I would be up by 6 a.m. and I'd spend 2 hours, sometimes just an hour, depending on how difficult or easy the topic is and how many LOBs we'll have. And I review that first thing in the morning, okay? And I cannot stress enough. You have these notes on your computer. You've got the case on the computer. Reread the case. You'd be surprised how much you've forgotten and how much you've now understood after you've studied. You start analyzing the case and you're like, oh my God, I didn't actually notice this before. So it helps you understand the case better. So first hour, you're back in the PBL room and everyone has to present a LOB. I've got one LOB on the board, so say your friend presents this LOB. So what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna sit around? No, this is what you do. I highly suggest you buying a little whiteboard. I don't have my little whiteboard at the moment because I've left it at home, so I'm gonna use my iPad instead. So basically, while someone else is presenting this LOB on the board, you present the same LOB and you write down everything you remember about it on your little whiteboard. So this has a double whammy effect. Number one, it helps you remember and identify what you know and what you don't know. And the second thing it does is that if whoever is presenting on the board presents something completely different, you can discuss it, you describe everything that you know, and you can add stuff to your notes. And here's the other thing, I'm a bit of a chatty person, and when I'm super excited, I tend to add things to other people's notes, and that sort of goes against the whole rule of PBL, because obviously, you need to respect other people, you need to give them a chance to speak. So when you do this, it's great because you don't interrupt anyone. You literally do your own thing, you benefit from it, and then you can add stuff once they are done presenting or writing things on the board. And to be completely honest with you guys, PBL is pretty chill. I've had some amazing PBL memories, and that's gonna be on my podcast. I've released it already. So check out my podcast, check that out, and let me know, how has your first PBL gone? Do you have any PBL experiences to share? All right, thank you so much. Hit a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll catch you next time.